Hey everyone, today I'll share a crazy story. The principal laughed. What fun! At Lucheng Vocational High's reading club, Scholar Zhang turned and asked, any issues for students reading? What a talented poet. Principal, not daring to go against the Education Bureau's wishes, had to make a pact with Han Jing. At least 5 members were needed to get the Ministry of Education. If 5 members aren't recruited in 3 days, teacher Lai must resign. What pressure! Han Jing confidently claimed that 5 members would suffice, yet he overlooked the fact that this was Lucheng Vocational High, whereas Siming remained optimistic throughout. Siming thought he'd gather 5 people in no time, but after putting up the flyers, not a single person signed up. Just then, the second in the class walked in. Moments earlier, his classmates were telling him not to mess with that weirdo. Whatever you do, don't mess with that I-word guy. His feet spit fire. He took down IOU in 3 moves. The second one wasn't impressed. With determination, he rushed into the library, and Ziming thought he was there to sign up, hurriedly reaching out to shake hands, and what happened next was, of course I can't find it. That's right, I simply can't locate it. What's wrong with you? Is there any issue here? This was quite the unexpected dialogue. What am I doing? Isn't this obvious? It hasn't even been an hour. Siming's exploits spread through the school like wildfire, and they turn more and more outrageous. It's laughable. They say this weirdo's eyes were blazing, like flames, and he kicked the library door open with his left foot. Did you catch that marvelous vibe? The magical figure brandished a yellow steel, conjuring up 3 feet of ghostly fire, and this is just the beginning of a big story. This yellow steel was crafted using the judge's pen of King Silverloo, soaked in the blood of the main po soup. Sounds a bit legendary, right? Oh, what an explosive moment. The second one was totally stunned. You think that's it? When the pages touched, they instantly transformed into a Bogwa formation, locking the second one's soul in a maze. The demon lord adjusted his glasses and chuckled coldly, as if saying to be careful of the gold bow conjecture. At this moment, a poem floated down from the sky. Everyone come and listen. The refined yellow steel will surely be your ultimate skill. This line is just brilliant. The poor little innocent one still had absolutely no idea what was happening. He didn't wait for any new members until school was over, but teacher Lai wanted to encourage him. After school, the teacher took him to the bookstore and treated him to steak. What a great teacher. At the moment when the 3 of them parted ways, Siming suddenly realized that his book was unexpectedly missing, and to his surprise, it ended up being in Han Jin's bag. He dialed Siming's number, but then looked down only to realize the door at home was wide open. Xiaoyu was beaten up badly, and earlier in the day, he received orders to kick Lai Hanjin out of Lu City. Just as Xiaoyu had finished hanging up, lo and behold, Lai Hanjin showed up. Feeling scared, Xiaoyu got up and ran out, only to be captured by someone around the corner. When he looked up, it was the kid who helped him move the gas cans that morning. Hanjin didn't have time to ask more, as he was dragged into the underground garage by Jian. What an unexpected rescue. Xiaoyu led her team in pursuit, and Hanjin patted the Jian, gesturing to make a phone call. The Jian took out the phone, just as their perfect plan was about to be disrupted. Hanjin was knocked out cold with 1 punch, and the Jian and Xiaoyu's crew moved into action. But there were too many of them, a heavy blow to the left side. Xiaoyu suddenly remembered, this guy used to be infamous as Jian. Years ago, there was a sensational case of random murder in the city, and a Jian disappeared ever since. The legend had resurfaced. Hanjin woke up, saw a Jian being beaten up, and desperately shouted for his classmates to help. Sir, are you alright? Will I be alright too? Well, this is straight out of a movie scenario. The sound of breaking bones echoed chillingly, and the scene quickly turned chaotic. Siming struck back quickly, pinning the opponent down with great effort. His gaze steady, He picked up a rod to block the incoming blows. What an intense moment. After the fight, Simon casually adjusted his glasses. Suddenly, a giant shouted, questioning Xiaoyu how he knew about the random murder case, and the tension escalated. Simon tried to intervene, but the chance had slipped away, and Xiaoyu seized the opportunity to escape the parking lot. At that moment, a giant pointed at Hanjin and scolded loudly, "These people will never change. Don't be foolish like that guy. Get out of Lu City, or you'll end up dead here sooner or later." Simon was left confused. Who on earth was the giant talking about? But Hanjin didn't explain. Hanjin returned the Bruce Lee book Simon bought, and the next day he received an important reminder. A classmate by the name of Xiaoyu was eagerly anticipating joining the reading club, and with great excitement, he dashed towards the classroom where Xiaoyu was located. Just then someone called out Xiaoyu, and Zai Ming shouted asking why, only to find out Xiaoyu had a twin sister.